Hi, Ola Strandberg here. I'm at the Music Stew, your premium resource, US supply of Strandberg guitars. They have most models in stock most of the time. We're excited to be here with Sarah, one of our long-standing artists representing the Strandberg brand. Brief history, we came along at a point where extended range guitars started taking off. I had come up with this design of an ergonomic guitar that balances better and allows you to play with different seated playing positions. It's nice and light on your shoulder. And this came along at the same time as a lot of the extended range guitar movement came along. And we had some of Sarah's heroes like Tosin Abasi, Misha Mazur, and others latch onto this early on. So I'm gonna hand over to Sarah and let her tell us how we got in touch.
Yeah, so I first heard of Strandberg, I think like 2011 or so, maybe 2010. And I saw Tosin playing one, and I thought that was really cool. I thought it was a really unique design. And then through a series of like interesting circumstances, basically I ended up getting one, and I made some videos with it. And then Ola saw the videos and reached out to me and talked about like partnering up. And I thought that was a great idea because I loved the guitar. I was playing a lot of 8-string at the time, and so when I first got it out of the box and I started playing with it, it was like, I don't know, it was lighter and thinner and more comfortable and a bit smaller, so it fit my frame better than like, you know, some of the bigger 8 strings, especially with the extended range stuff. So it just really made sense with my style and my music at the time. So I was really excited about it. And then when we were working on the painted guitar, that was also Ola's idea. He reached out and was like, would you like to paint? Because I was like posting some of my art at the time. He was like, would you like to paint a guitar body? And I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And I had like months to paint it. And so I was like planning all this like intricate, like these multiple mock-ups. I did like a ton of different like test designs on it. And then basically it didn't work out as I intended. And then so it was like an hour before I had to drive to Chicago to get it like primed and sent off to be finished. And so I just kind of like threw some paint on there and was like, that's gonna have to be good enough. And then yeah, I think the guitar kind of like became its own entity, and people now know the guitar better than they know me. So it was like, it's this crazy thing, and it's wild to see it finally as a production signature model that like anybody can pick up and buy now. So yeah, that's kind of my side of the story.
And over the years, we've developed a pretty extensive lineup of guitars. Starting with, we have this model called the Original, which basically hails back to the original specifications of a guitar. Then there's a prog, there's a fusion, there's a metal model, and in addition, we more recently brought out a classic line. And yours is based essentially on the metal.
Yep, yeah, well, we had talked about it when we were thinking about what I wanted for my signature guitar. Honestly, the metal model was perfect. Like, I like the shape, I like the feel, I like everything about it, I like the way it sounds. And so it just made sense to take that model and then put my design on top of it. So mine's essentially the same specs as the Boden metal model, but you can use it for anything. I use it for a lot of different things, not just metal, so.
Yeah, as with anything of a guitar, it's very subjective how you use it, and the material combinations in particular that goes into the metal model, which is a basswood body with a maple top, it's a rose maple neck and an ebony fretboard. That's like a tried and true material combination, which is incredibly versatile. And in the metal lineup in particular, we use the Fishman Fluence pickups, which just seems to complement the overall design very well, and in particular I think for the extended range.
Yeah, I would agree on that. I think the Fishmans are really good for what I do in particular because they have kind of like a powered passive sound, or like not quite an active but definitely not a passive, so it's like the sustain is really good for like when I'm doing tapping and all of that. So I think It's like the perfect all-around guitar with the perfect all-around pickup, because you can really get any tone out of it that you want and use it for anything. So yeah, I don't know. It's like the Swiss Army knife of guitars, or Swedish Army knife, I guess.